CTV News at 6 with Joe Perkins.
Good evening. Hope your Sunday's going well. Thank you for being here. We will have full coverage of Ryder Hejjedal's Tour de Victoria in just a moment. But first, we begin on the mainland with shocking video of parts of the province washing away. In other regions, the battle to stay above water continues as people wrestle with some of the worst flooding the province has ever seen. More than 1,000 British Columbians are facing evacuation alerts. Homes have been destroyed, properties and possessions washed away, taken by raging rivers that continue to rise, causing widespread flood fears across BC.
All those vehicles belong to people that were working in there.
Flash flooding has reportedly washed out a bridge and a number of vacation properties along Sycamoose Creek after severe rain showers yesterday afternoon. These trucks are no match for the powerful water, surpassing 1997 peak levels. Highways are closed and an evacuation order has been issued for people living along the Sycamoose Creek. In the lower mainland, the Fraser River is also rising, sending homeowners scrambling.
If it goes up any higher, I'm going to build another 2-foot wall.
It's just a matter of pumping the water to make sure it doesn't go into the basement.
This is one of 3 homes on evacuation order, but family and friends are vowing to do whatever it takes to stop the surging water. 39 other houses are also not protected within the Chilliwack Dike system. The city spent $100,000 building a berm to try and protect low-lying properties, but yesterday the river tore right through it.
At this point, we're anticipating seeing higher levels Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. So while there might be a bit of a lull, we're cautioning people not to get too complacent and that we are expecting another rise.
Officials with the BC River Forecast Center say people living along the banks of the lower Fraser should get a bit of break from the flooding threat. The next surge of water from the rain is in the north. It's not expected to hit the Fraser Valley until next week. And many of the people riding today were out to bask in the glory of Victoria's own Ryder Hejjedal, fresh off his Giro d'Italia win last month. Perhaps none more than Derek King, who paid more than $10,000 for Ryder's winning pink jersey in an online auction. King says he met Ryder a couple of years ago after a time trial for the Tour de France and has been a fan ever since.
When I saw the jersey up for sale, I went for it. You know, the guy stands for contribution back to the community, and I thought that was great, and I thought I could help as well.
King says for now he will showcase the jersey in his Ottawa home. He says one day he may donate it to the Canadian Sports Hall of Fame. That's in Calgary. Hejjedal says the money raised from the famous jersey will go to Canadian athletes, or go to the Canadian Athletes Now Fund, raising money and awareness for our country's athletes. Some of the money will go to Hejjedal's own cycling foundation. An update now to a story we told you last night. The victims of an alleged assault in downtown Victoria have come forward after 2 suspects were arrested Friday night. Just after 10, witnesses say they saw the 2 women being harassed by 2 other young women on the 900 block of Pandora. The victims called for help before fleeing the scene. Police were called and arrested 2 intoxicated women, aged 19 and 18, both from the city of Victoria. Yesterday evening, the 2 victims went to Victoria Police after a call was put out for information. Witnesses say the 2 women had been physically assaulted. Well, if you had asked Victoria native Wesley Myron which team he would have liked to be drafted by heading into this weekend's NHL hockey draft, he would have told you the Vancouver Canucks. That's why the Victoria Grizzlies centerman was so excited yesterday when his favorite team in the NHL selected him 177th overall. That was in round 6 of the annual entry draft.
Yeah, it was nice. I remember going to playoff games with my dad and my family as a kid, my sister, and everyone's a good Vancouver fans. And then now to be drafted by them, you're not cheering for the Canucks anymore. You are a Canuck, and it's pretty special.
The soon-to-be 20-year-old put up impressive numbers this season, at least in the early part of the season in the BCHL. In 26 games, he had 42 points. And Myron wasn't the only player with ties to Victoria swept up this weekend. Stephen Hodges was the first player ever to be drafted from the Victoria Royals franchise. He went 84th in the 3rd round to the Florida Panthers. Teammate and fellow forward Logan Nelson, who was ranked above Hodges going into the draft, went to the Buffalo Sabres. He went in the 5th round, 133rd overall. CTV's Myra Lawrence will have more on both those players, all 3 of those players, tomorrow night. Finally tonight, a family reunited. 3 weeks ago, an 18-year-old Victoria man set out on his bike to ride for his mom, who 15 years ago was diagnosed with a rare type of MS. Since then, he's watched her battle, and now the son is joining the fight. His trip started in Victoria, and that's where it ended yesterday. James Leff is finally back with his mom, who was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis back in 1998. But that's not all. 5 years ago, while crossing the street in her wheelchair, Susan Leff was struck by a car. Just under a month ago, her son James decided enough was enough. He wanted to help.
I wanted to support my mom, and was going through a mess, and also I wanted to get to travel around BC and get to see this great country, this great province.
Was it an emotional ride at all?
Sometimes you get like the uphills and the gusts of wind, but you know you're battling for, and you know you got to make it.
James says after he left Victoria, he went straight to Lake Louise, then biked to Revelstoke and Kelowna, then on to Penticton. And along the way, he stayed with friends and hosted barbecues to raise funds. Since setting out, he's raised nearly $3,000. His mom says she's proud of his journey, but now that it's over, she says she has to uphold her end of the bargain.
My son just rode 1,000 kilometers to make me proud. And what he wanted in return from me was that I go swimming again. And so I haven't been swimming since the car accident, even a little bit before. And everyone else has been wanting me to go swimming, and it's been easy to say no to everyone else. But when my son said, "Mom, I want you to try," and I see what he's just gone through to make me proud, so I'm going swimming.
Next month, James plans to go for another bike ride with the Victoria MS Society. Until then, he says he plans to rest and relax and host a few more barbecues. Great kid, great accomplishment. That is it for tonight's edition of CTV News at 6. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your Sunday, and we will see you back here for CTV News at 5 tomorrow night with Hudson Mack. Take care.